Welcome back to another Forex Killers update. It's been a fair minute since I've done an update, so I'm going to have to ask you to grab that RPG and blast that like button. I mean, I need a lot of likes, guys. I need a lot of comments. Let's get interactive. Look, let's go. I'm going to do a big overview. It's currently raining on site, so I'm sitting in my ute. As long as it's raining, I guess I can go on, but I won't go too long. Look, I just want to zoom out. We always have to remind ourselves to zoom out and look at the bigger picture to keep our bias clear, or we may falter at the wrong point in time. So, look, at the minute, it's I think most people are pretty bearish from what I've seen in terms of some fundamental guys that I follow. And their TA is, I don't really respect. Sorry to say, but I've proven that right many times over with them. They're kind of a step behind. Sort of every move that comes, they'll get on the trend once it's reversed, but they don't ever catch the reversal. So, it was all about DXY continuing down. And if you're in the Discord, you obviously saw that last... was it London last night? London last night, I believe it was, unless my memory fails me. Or either that or the one before. But basically, wherever, maybe it was the one before, the DXY reversal, I called the reversal. I said expecting DXY to move up tonight. I can show you that when I go down on the time frame here. But, it's they're expecting it to go down. It's looking bearish, but there's just... generally your market doesn't move straight down. Now, we don't always get it right. Obviously, you've seen that with me from time to time, expecting reversal points, and quite often and almost always we'll get some sort of reaction at those levels, but it may just be a correction, a bounce for a correction and then more downside, which is kind of happened in the last couple of things with DXY, hitting those lower targets rather than reversing at the original targets. So I'll sort of walk through that as well. But here we go, just on that monthly time frame, just zooming out. So remember how I spoke about this on my last big video on the computer? We got the bump and run here on the monthly, retesting this range. We broke out, we come back and retest the range before going up again. This is, in terms of your TA, it's pretty simple and effective. Sort of TA, I guess, and your simple and effective TA is best used on higher time frames because there's less manipulation. It's harder for them to manipulate, such large time frame candles. So there's a little tip. I don't know about this time frame, but Chemo Zabi likes his boxes, and I don't know if when it comes in here, if he'll take a short with his stop above that. I doubt it. It's too high a time frame. But that's just one of the guys in our Discord who has some great box setups with a bit of the Wyckoff stuff. Anyway, so look, I'm looking at this as a bullish retest, right? If we break it, we'll go down in the time frames. We'll see what we can see. All right, so basically the 2 week, not given a lot in terms of RSI, but just that big reset on the RSI. You can say some hidden bullish divergence. Obviously the weekly has that hidden bullish divergence. Right now on the weekly, we also we took out that low there. We moved up. We've come back. Nice big deep retrace. And right now on the weekly, if we close in 22 hours around this level or even a little bit lower, but not moving too low, maybe 1016 or so, not taking out this low, preferably for me, then we're going to have some bullish divergence, right? Some just regular bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. So if we sort of move down here, it's in black, right? And then we've got this sort of bullish divergence, right? This comes down a little bit further. All right. So that's a good a bullish signal. But obviously we have to couple that with the rest, which I'll go down to now. I'm trying to get that because it's going to bug me on the other time frames. There we go. All right, let's go down to the 3-day. All right, broken out. Well back here, had that nice big pump up, traded all that, came down, right, put in some hidden bearish divergence on the 3-day with that move up, with that 3-wave move up, which we, traded again. It was always a possibility we would come down or we'd go up, and once we sort of came down back into this region, we shorted. So, and traded that, on and off pretty well overall. So that's that. That's the 3-day. 2-day, starting to put in some bullish divergence here. So you see the bullish divergence, and then that gave us that pump, and we're sort of looking at maybe holding this trend here, right, on the 2-day. All right, I'll probably put that trend like that, bit of a fake break, and then up. So you could have it like that. This trend line's getting a bit flat for mine. So this is how I would have had it, going there, held that with the fake breakdown, and then upside, and we could be retesting it here for holding for that long. All right, daily. Daily, we broke down here on this through here. Look at that. Now again, RSI giving the big heads up. So with this 3-wave move up here that we had, right, we tagged the 1-to-1. I'll show you that in the smaller time frame. And then price was sitting here, and we shorted that, and then that's your break on the daily there, right? Break on the daily. So then we're looking for the move to come down, and the way it gets there is more difficult to ascertain and predict, but we're expecting to get this liquidity and demand under here, which we eventually tagged and bounced, and then subsequently rolled over. But that daily break on your RSI was your indication that we're not just going to come down to here and then go back up. It was we're looking for the move up and then a 3-wave down. So whether that 3-wave be, just like that and then up, which was one of the moves I was looking at, well, that was certainly my number one sort of bias. But now we've done this and we've sort of rolled over. So that we've broken back out on the daily here on this daily trend. Right, broken. Okay, no bullish divergence yet, so not a lot of weight on that for mine. Could start a new trend here, breaking through that. That's probably the trend I'd stick with now. We got our two touches back here to draw the trend line. So you need 2 touches to draw your trend line, obviously, to get a trajectory. Well, taking a bit of time here. All right. Whew. So 2 touches, and so we're not breaking it just yet. Can look to head up to that, see if we break through that, or if we reject on it. But if we break through, then looking half decent for a bit of a move up here. All right, let's go down. 12-hour breaking that 12-hour trend. So we've also got some bullish divergence there. Bullish divergence there on the 12-hour. The 8-hour, we've broken that. Bit of a maybe a bump and run. Probably not. Nah, it wouldn't be. It would have broken through, but just starting to build a bullish trend in the higher lows in the RSI here. So on those lower time frames. So not bad. Looking all right. I'll go over that 3-wave here on the small time frame here. So see, here was your 1-to-1 tag. We hit that high, and look, we're looking for this to continue up, sort of correct to continue up. But once it came to this region in here, and the way that price action was, and with how we knew, we just knew it was going down, so we traded that down. This sort of came up. I can't remember all these trades, but we traded this all pretty well. We were looking for this to go up here, I was, and then down, and then up. We didn't get that. We rolled straight down through, got a nice bounce, retested that 103.3 EL, and then have rolled over. But we are looking like the next bounce is in, which is here. So yeah, you can see that bullish divergence there on the 4-hour. We've, broke once this sort of went up here. This is that big move on all the majors. GU taking out liquidity up the top and reaching that target for the short, which I'll show you in a bit. We broke down, we've broken back up on that trend and now retested that trend. So that's a bit of a bullish move for me, breaking that and then coming back up and retesting it and going. So that's looking good for a bit of a bull move on DXY. We had a nice deep retrace, just shy of the 90. And I like that. I like that for a move up. How far can we go up? We got to see how it goes up. Do we get is it going to just do sort of some of this and correct up, right? Sort of bear flag out and then go down. We'll watch it, or is it going to go impulsively correction and then impulse again? So that's what sort of the fashion in which it moves up, and again wave by wave as we always play it, but looking for a bull move to be honest. So that's where my bias is at. I'll chop it right down now to the lower TF. How far in are we? 12 minutes on DXY. All right, so here was our setup. I got this in the DX in the Discord. So drew this EL when it was about here. Sort of retested it. It's gone up. Now, so retest up. We had NFP here, and they were bad numbers for USD. So we came down, up, and then shoot up, down, up. So I think there must have been another news event in there after I was asleep in New York. So, but just beautiful expansion legs, really. So if you've got this EL drawn, you just run them with it, right? Boom. Take out the liquidity down here. Whoops. Go away. Oh, take out liquidity with that wick down and then shoot up. I mean, that is just your perfect setup. If you're awake for that, I mean, that's all day. So, yeah, once that, I woke up in the morning, and things were looking good. And now we've just been correcting here. You see we've got more sort of expansion legs going on right now. Bit of a contraction zone in here potentially. I'll have a look at that. Whip it up in the Discord. But, I'm looking for, as you know, more upside. So we'll see if we get that or that and then up. Could be either or. We'll see. All right, that's enough on DXY. Let's go S&P. S&P, I've been bullish for a while now. I said my bias has got to be up with how the daily and the weekly were looking. Scalping shorts and such, but holding this bump and run after hitting this demand zone. We had the weekly trend held, and so then I was looking for this. I'm looking for this move, right? This is my drawing on the move. I'm looking for if that was to hold. It did hold. We had the daily break, bump and run. So I said it had to be bullish. If we clear 39.70, we got to be bullish. Now, what the S&P did, which is annoying, especially for me, because I don't trade it, is that during this whole pump was during Asia. So so Asia started here somewhere, and this just pumped all the way through Asia, right up, and it kind of, so this was heading into London, and my short was, I put up a short for 40.20, which we tagged 40.19 odd in here, dumped off, corrected, and then just kept climbing. So once that sort of happened, it was sort of confirmed bull. So what I'm looking at now is, what I've been looking at is getting a long entry for this move up to this region, right up here around 4,400. We've retested here and sort of, rejected off this bullish trend retest that we'd broken down. So we've broken that down. Sorry about the small screen, guys. You see on the 8 hour, we've broken through and retested that now. So retested that, broke down through the 8 hour, confluent with that top of that channel as well. If I extend that channel, yeah. So top of that channel, retested on the higher bullish trend. We've broken the 8 hour, and now we're sort of retesting that 8 hour. So I'm looking for a move down before a move up, and basically that's I'm looking to get long, but I am short currently, and I'm looking for a move up like that. So probably the best way to show you would be the Discord. Yeah, so sort of move I was looking for here. Posted that, sort of got it started, then it dipped down further, but now we went up and hit that target. So yeah, you see I am short here from that level, and I got another sell in there as well. A couple of sells on gold as well, which I'll go over. But yeah, looking for that to that, with that break of the 8 hour, that retest. As long as we don't break back above and start climbing, that's looking good to go down for that. Well, here's my drawing. There's my drawing. So I drew this back in London. We had that first dip up, and then we shot down, took liquidity, gone up, taking that liquidity, and now I think we go down. That's what I'm looking for. All right, this to go down. We want to hold this level 4,000, and then we get the move up. But looking at this here as our corrective structure finished. So if we want to chuck some fibs are only a guideline. But I suppose you could have it two ways. Like, you could have a little flat in here, right? 1 to 1, 127 here. Or you can sort of have this as the corrective move, like that, which changes the fibs, obviously, right? So then you got these targets, similar though. So as the fibs are only guidelines, it doesn't really change much for me. It's more about what structure we get when we get down here to show me that there's a reversal signal, right? So for me at the moment, this here, all this here is not bullish to me. So that's this to me is not a finishing structure, because for this, this would have to be the start of a new structure, right? Correction up. We can get that for sure. but it more likely to me with the other TA that I've shown as well that we get the move down. But that's not to say that we can't if we just correct out here, reset RSI and different things with this, with a sort of corrective sort of move, doing this thing that the S&P does, we can certainly go up. So have to watch that, and if we do that, correct down, then obviously I'll just stop myself out, a break even on those shorts. But yeah, it's S&P can do anything, but it's not a finishing structure to me. This, whereas sort of this is, it's a finishing structure for another shot down. So that's the S&P. We're starting to clear up here, so I might have to get going soon. XAU. All right. So a really good example of market maker moves, and this is what I'm talking about with these other guys that I sort of follow for a bit of fundamental news, but they do offer their TA, which again is just your very basic standard retail style TA, which is not very effective, although it can be, but you get stopped out a lot, don't you? So, I call this short here, and they've called this as sort of a double top, right? So then they're looking for this double top, and they might have gotten the sells, or they did. I think some of them would have, obviously, and they're calling for this to sell, and then they want it to break 1940 for the move down, right? So I guess they would do like a measured move or whatever, and whatever, I don't know, whatever they do with their double tops, I'm just not interested. But they're looking for that to break. I think with the break of a neckline, it would be the measured move like that. Anyway, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I don't ever trade that style, and I've never looked into it. But it was pretty evident to me. I've said this to you guys in many of my videos that double tops are market maker setups, and I told them this as well in this sort of group that they've got, and I said the high likelihood is that we're going to go up with a sharp move, take out liquidity before dumping, and so I was looking for the long on gold. I caught along here at 56 or something like that, rode that up, that dumped on open on Monday or something, so came down, got stopped out, so that kind of sucked. And then I was looking for 1952.50. I'll just show you on the small time frame. Yeah, here was my EL here. I was looking for 1952.50, and we got 1953.50. Didn't hit my alert. I didn't realize, and it just took off. So I didn't even get long on this. I haven't been trading a lot this week, just the last couple of days really. So, I just kind of let it go. It was obviously regrettable, considering, what happened and how clear, it was pretty clear. The move was pretty clear to me, but I'm doing other things in life, and if you're not paying attention, really getting into it, you can just let things go. So I just let that trade go, and it was just, as simple as that. Just let it go. But, certainly a great move there. I drew this, this squiggle down here when price was here. And, price moved up. So, where are we going? I can show you that one as well, just because of after what we did after. And then there's the move after. So, yeah, there's my squiggle drawn. That's what I was expecting, and that's the move we got. Then I'm looking for it to come down. So this was our ending structure, and I'm looking for it to hit 2032, 2031, and then going to heavily short it, and then we got that move in one fashion or another, and yeah, I got in the short. So I'm in the short. So I missed the long, but I am in the short, and I am expecting this move to come down. So let's get it, basically. Yeah, anywhere down in this region, I'll be taking some profit. But I am expecting this move to come down. It's looking good. It's looking good for the sell, in my opinion. You know, if you want to, it looks like a nice 5 waves, doesn't it? Not that means much, but it certainly does look like a nice 5 waves triangle. Up. Nice bit of Elliott there. There's a bit of a 12-hour trend. You know, we can break this. That'd be nice. I'll give it a bit, that'll confirm it. Break this 12-hour. Put a little alert on that one. It's always good to have a little alert, you know, because you got all the time frames, the trends going, and it gives you a heads up and just reminds you to look at those other time frames. Yeah. So yeah, got that move up, move down, climbing collectively, falling over, up, down. You know, a bit of a downtrend going on here, but we have to check this for a corrective move. And if I get sort of a buy setup, I'm certainly going to be taking some profit. Not necessarily buying, but certainly taking some profit to protect some profit for the move up and maybe enter another short again. All right, I'm just going to do, I think I'll quickly run over 2 more. GU was the other one. The other big move that we got. So I spoke about this a lot. If you go back like a month ago, I really went over the fact that GU had a double top here. Again, I mean, I just spoke about it with XAU, but it was just setting up, and I said we can either come down correctively. Whoopsies. You know, so we come down correctively and shoot up, take it and go, or we can do a bigger 3-wave move and then take liquidity and then come down, right? That's also not to say that we couldn't do this, up, correction in, and then up, because we certainly can. But either way, we're looking to take the long up to the top here, right? So I rode this long up on multiple trades, a couple of shorts as well. You know, most notably would have been from the EL through here, up sort of 200 pips up there. And then same as gold. Unfortunately, I just wasn't trading much in the start of the week, and I missed this. I was actually watching it, but I was arming and ahhing about just jumping in, but I just hadn't really had a decent look at the charts, and I just thought, I'm just going to be jumping into this trade, and it was one of those things that you just don't want to do, but you know, just jumping in. I was looking for a bit of I ended up actually putting a buy in at 1.22890 when it was sort of 950, you know, and it just never tagged it, and it just took off, and you know, that can happen, you know. I know it's only 5 pips, but you know, I wanted that buy there to have my stop down here and, you know, give me that 10 pip stop, etc. So you have rules and you stick to them, but you know, retrospectively, it's like, man, it was only 5 pips, you know, you should have just jumped in, but never jump in. That's a good way to get yourself wrecked. Anyway, that was a good 250 pips. Didn't get it, but I shorted 140, 125, 200, and I took profit at 100 pips. So 124, 200. So I've taken the 100 pips there. It's looking good. Reevaluate, see if there's another short there to get in, but it's looking corrective now. We might climb again. We'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna skip AU. I'm gonna go to AN because I was looking at this, and you know, we've broken out from this range through here, and you know, if I wanted to sort of draw that just quickly, you know, got that range, and no, I'm just gonna delete that. Got that range broken down, and now moving back up into it. So, you know, that for me, I didn't see this until last night. Price was about here, 106,500. But that for me is a, you know, buy setup. So, you know, that's a structure with that big dip down. So see through here, you know, had these expansion legs going on. Boom, retest, and then down. And that's the finish of your trend. Right, whoops. EL running through there. So expansion legs, retest, there's a finish of your trend, and now we're starting a new one, in my opinion. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'll be looking for buy setups for a swing long on AN. You know, we tag that GZ. You got a lot of traders here in the GZ holding through the range, hoping that it's going to go up and break the range through the top, right? But it just didn't do it. Broke down, took them all out. Now we're moving back up into that range. And that's probably one of those box setups that Chemo has. So yeah, nice trade there for some upside on AN. We obviously traded that one down in a big way, a couple of 100 pips, and you know, you see that bullish divergence on the daily, etc. So good little trade there. The last trade I'll go over is UCAD. I'm in a UCAD trade right now. Yeah, UCAD looks kind of good to me because I'm also bullish on DXY, obviously. You see the nice hidden bull there on the daily. We had this big sort of big move down to the former EL here, right? This big former EL you had, and we tagged that. So, you know, that's a nice little tag. I see it moving up in a corrective manner last night, and during London, heading into New York. I think it was actually at the start of New York. Yeah, just after the news on UCAD, actually. It was just after the news for CAD news. So I held that 1 hour. So that was holding that 1 hour trend. And here was the news going on through here. I missed that. I was about 10 minutes late. And so I jumped in here at about 8:10, 1.34, 8:10. I was watching this, and then I fell asleep. And woke up about 3 hours later. I fell asleep, just passed out. I guess I was watching this trade to take some profit or set a stop or whatever. And I woke up 3 hours later, and price was, where was it? I think it was here, just coming back up to the EL. And so I just set a stop below here and woke up and sort of climbed up. So yeah, that trade's looking pretty good. What do we got? We got a bit of a wick low here. That was from the spread. Stop. I'll probably leave the stop still down here because it's only about 15 pips. And you know, I can see this trade moving up nicely. Corrective. It is looking corrective. It is looking like a bear flag, right? And that's what a lot of traders will look at. Jump in sells, you know, as it does this. And then it goes up. That's how I trade those things anyway, generally. Unless, you know, there's other reasons why I'm looking at it to be bearish. But generally, that's how it's going to roll, you know what I mean? So, all right, well, it's dried up here, and I'm about done. I think I've talked enough. I think this is long enough. Yeah, like I said, grab that up, smash, and blow up that like. And look, give me a comment, guys. Give me a comment. I'll chat back. Peace.